This is my next tarantula. She is a Mexican flame knee, Latin name Brachypelma auratum. Very similar to the Mexican red knee, but as you can see she's only got one band of red on her legs instead of two basically. I've already put a couple of crickets in there, but it's very rare that I see this girl eating, because she spends most of her time sat on top of her hide like that. She's very rarely in it. The only time I have ever seen her eat is when I've come down in the middle of the night and turned the light on and I've caught her eating then. She tends to eat in the dark. But I just thought I'd get her on video for you so you can see her. Another nice looking species, definitely one for the beginners. Very similar to the bee smithy. And that's Flame, my Brachypelma auratum, Mexican flame knee. Right guys, on to the next one. This is my Brachypelma bohemii, common name Mexican fireleg. She's actually named after my partner, Crystal. And anyone that knows my partner will know exactly why I've named her Crystal, as her common name is a fireleg. But we'll say no more on that one. When I took the lid off, she'd actually tipped her water dish up. So I'm just going to fill it up for her. She does that quite often. She's a big girl now, about 4 or 5 inches. I'm actually quite excited about this tarantula actually, because I'm waiting for her to molt. She last molted about 8 months ago, and fingers crossed and touch wood that when she molts, I'm hoping she's going to be my first breeding project. So I'll keep you updated on that situation, and hopefully sometime this year we'll get an egg sac from her. But I'll drop a couple of crickets in now. She's usually a fairly good eater. Definitely seem to have wanted that, so I'll pop in another one. Hopefully we'll get at least one eating on video today. She seems to definitely want that, so we'll just keep the camera on her a little bit. Hopefully one of the crickets will walk right into the firing line and we'll get it on video. I do actually usually use mealworms, superworms, sorry, to feed my spiders, but unfortunately I don't have any at the moment. In my local pet shop where I get my food from, didn't have any yesterday when I went and got the food, so unfortunately standard silent crickets are on the menu today. But absolutely stunning spider. Known for being quite defensive, Brachypelma bohemii, but I've never seen that in her. She's usually been pretty well natured. Bit of a hair kicker. Doesn't look like we're going to catch her eating on video, so we'll move on to the next one. And guys, unfortunately we're not going to be able to see this one, which is a shame really, because inside this tank is a Brachypelma vegans. about 6-inch Brachypelma vagans, and her name is Aggro, and the reason why she's called Aggro is because, believe it or not, she's actually one of the most aggressive tarantulas that I've got. I wouldn't say aggressive, but very defensive. If I try and touch her with a paintbrush or with tweezers, or if I have to try and get her out of here, she will instantly rear up on her back legs with her fangs out and strike. Not a common sight with Brachypelmas, as we all know, but unfortunately I've had a couple of vegans in my time of collecting tarantulas, and they've all been pretty well bad-tempered. But it's a shame she's cocooned herself in her hide. She's probably going to molt, because she did this last time she molted. But it's a shame we can't see her, because she's an absolutely stunning species. Jet black with a bright red abdomen. But I thought I'd show you her enclosure anyway. If she does molt, she's probably going to have to go into a bigger enclosure, because this is about borderline for the size of her now, which is going to be fun. But if I have to do a tank transfer, hopefully we'll get it on video, and I'll have it uploaded in due course. But we'll move on to the next one now anyway. This is the next one. This is Fuzzy Wuzzy, my Brachypelma obopulosum, Honduras curly hair. Another docile species, highly recommended for beginners. I've actually got two of these. My other one is slightly larger, and we'll document her in the next tarantula. Just pop a cricket in, and hopefully we'll see if she takes it. I can honestly say that I've never ever fed my spiders and got this far without one of them eating, so I'm assuming it may be just because I'm moving them from their shells for the first time to feed them.
Camera shy.
There we go. Bingo, at last. We've actually got one that's going to feed on camera.
Just try to hide with it then.
Highly recommend this one for beginners. Very docile species. Probably the most docile Brachypelma of all the Brachypelmas. More docile than the Mexican red knee. I've got two of these, like I say, and they're both very well natured behaviour wise. Very good eaters and very fast growers as well. I've only had this tarantula for about 8-9 months, and believe it or not, she was about a centimetre to 1.5 centimetres when I got her, and she's well over, getting on to 3 inches now, I'd say. Very fast growers for Brachypelmas, and a very calm species. We'll move on to the next one. The next tarantula, as I said in my last one, another Brachypelma obopulosum. Don't have a name for this one though. She's a little bit bigger than, just drop the cricket there. She's a little bit bigger than the one you saw previous, but pretty much identical in nature wise. We'll drop a cricket in and see how she reacts.
Yeah, she got that.
And bingo.
No questions asked there with that one.
Well, it's nice to know the curly hairs are not camera shy anyway. but that's the Brachypelma obocolosum, Honduras curly hair. Like I said before, excellent starter spider, excellent for beginner. Long lived as well. I believe John 3800, if any of you guys have seen his YouTube videos, has one called Curly Sue that I believe is about 23, 24 years old. So long live tea. We'll move on to the next one. The next tarantula I've got here, unfortunately you're not going to be able to see her because she webs herself up. It's an Avicularia versicolor named Sonic, and she's absolutely stunning. She's like a blacky, greeny, purpley, bluey, iridescent colour. But unfortunately with Avicularia species, they're arboreal species. They live high up in trees. They're not burrowers. So so it's very rare that you get to see them. They build these tubular webs, and that's where they stay. The only time I ever see her out is in the dark, basically. I've got a little light here, but again, I don't think you're going to be able to see much of her. She's about 2.5 to 3 inches. Extremely quick, as I found out when I transferred her into this enclosure about 6 months ago. I've put a cricket in there, and I've no doubt that she will eat, but it will be probably when the lights are out at night. But she's up there in amongst that thick web. But unfortunately you're not going to be able to see her. But those of you that know what a Avicularia versicolor looks like will agree that they are a stunning species and a must for every tarantula hobbyist. If I ever do a tank transfer, sorry, this year, I will definitely try and document it on camera, because I'd like her in a taller enclosure. But we'll move on to the next one now anyway. The next spider we have here is well, I've only had this about 10 days. Bought it from a local pet shop. It was sold to me as a Chili Beauty. Now, as far as I'm aware, the Latin name for a Chili Beauty is a Euathalus tricholentus. But from my knowledge of tarantulas, this girl doesn't look like a Euathalus tricholentus to me. If anybody wishes to beg to differ with me and confirm it's a Euathalus tricholentus, I'd be one very happy guy. But I've no idea actually at the moment what this species is. It was just sold to me as a Chili Beauty. The pet shop that I bought it from was supposed to give me a call because their supplier was coming in that day, and they were going to find out for me what the Latin name of this species was, but they haven't done so yet. But I'm not convinced it's a Euathalus tricholentus. I just hope it's not a standard G. rosea, but hopefully I'll find out more when she molts a few more times, and might get a bit of understanding of her species then. But at the moment I can only label this as a Chili Beauty because that's what she was sold to me as, but I'm not convinced. But we'll move on to the next one anyway. The next tea we have here, we started off with my largest tea. This is now my smallest tea. This is a Charco Golden Knee. You saw one earlier, the one that had molted, Grammostola pulchripes. I bought this spider about 6-7 months ago as I would have said, a second instar, really tiny. I bought about 4 slings on the same day, and unfortunately this is the only one that I have left. She's molted into, I would say that she's virtually a juvenile now, so I'm guessing that my danger period with slings are over. Hopefully I've done enough to keep this girl going. As one of her little crickets have decided to do a runner from her enclosure. Don't know if you caught that on camera then.
Yeah, I got that. She chased it round and she got it.
But she molted about 10 days ago. She ate last week, and as you can see, she's eating fine now. One more molt and she'll be due a rehouse. But again, a brilliant species to have, the Grammostola pulchripes. Nice and calm, beautiful colours.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
And as far as I'm aware, the largest species of the Grammostola as well, they can get up to about a 9-inch leg span. But we'll move on to the next one. This is my last girl. She's an avicularia, common pink toe. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see a great deal of her because, as you can see, like most of avics, they do this tubular web, and she stays in there most of the time. But I just thought I'd try and get what I can of her on video. Sorry about that there, she's just gone for a cricket. Wasn't expecting that. You can actually get a better view of her now. She's a good eater. You can actually get a pretty good shot of her now. Not this girl, but it was this species of tarantula that got me into the hobby. This was my first ever tarantula. I bought a avicularia when I was 17 years of age to get me over my fear of spiders, because anyone who knows me when I was a kid will know that I was absolutely petrified of spiders. And when I got to about 17, 18, I decided that I wasn't going to let my fear of arachnophobia rule my life, and decided to get myself a tarantula to see if it would get me over my fear. I'd be lying if I said that I still respect them, but I don't fear them anymore. I can handle them if I need to. But I keep them more as a hobby, just find them fascinating, as I'm sure we all do. But this is my last one, and you've now seen all 21 of my collection. I think I'll let her eat in peace now. So there you go, guys, you've seen all 21 of my tarantulas now that I have in my hobby. I am planning on the next few weeks to add a few more. I'm currently looking for a Venezuelan sun tiger and a Costa Rican tiger rump. If I get them in the next few weeks, I will document it on video. I'm hoping to start doing these videos now on a regular basis. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. Apologies if this one's been a bit boring, but with it being my first video I have been a little bit nervous about doing this, but anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Just thought I'd give you a quick look as well, if I take the camera off my partner, of my fish tank that I have in my dining room. For those of you that are into your fish tanks, we've got 2 tiger Oscars in there. There's one, and there's the other one. We've also got a parrotfish. We've also got what was sold to me as a chocolate cichlid, but I'm not convinced. That looks like a wolf cichlid to me, dovey eye. Again, if anyone else knows their fish and is watching this, if they can post and let me know their opinions, I would be very grateful. It's quite a nasty thing as well, to be honest. It does give my Oscars quite a rough time some days, but the Oscars do give as much as they get. And stuck on the side of the tank at the back, if you can see, is a 18-inch sail fin plec. I've had this guy now about 5 years. He was about 3 inches long when I got him. But thought I'd give you guys a quick look at my tropical tank. That tank's actually 5 foot long by 2 foot deep by 2 foot wide, so there's plenty of room in there for them. Also in the front room we have a turtle as well, and our dog Libby, which is an English Cocker Spaniel, but I don't like her being out here with the spiders, so she stays in the living room when I'm dealing with them. But anyway guys, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll post another video soon. Until then, have a good one. Bye bye.